Yes guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. The World Cup is in full swing and England played their first game and got their first win. A great 3 points in the group against Iran, a 6-2 win in the end. Loads of goals, was a great watch. Thoroughly enjoyed myself going out on a Monday lunchtime. As I say, was not the greatest of time to maybe have the first game for England, but we are back up and running again. 7 o'clock kickoff on a Friday night is not too bad at all. Taking on a USA side who drew with Wales in their first game. Was probably the best result for England, to be honest. England come out with, as I say, 3 points in the first game. And for the two main rivals in that group, USA and Wales, to draw was a good result for us. And we are going to get into the preview of the England versus USA game in this video. But first, we do have a video sponsor. Yahaha is a brand new user-generated content creation platform where you can create and publish your own games. There is no coding or anything like that, so it's very easy to create and play. In the past, I've shown you guys the theme park I created, also the little town that I created, but this time I had a go at creating a base on the moon. If I wanted to add anything to my moon base, it's really easy. I can click on the Asset Library button in the top right hand corner where I can find tons of different assets. They're all saved on a cloud drive, so you have instant access to anything you want. You can type it in, so if I wanted to add an ice cream truck to my moon base, I can type it in, I can find it, I can put it down, make it bigger, make it smaller, and there you go. Once you've finished creating your maps, you can jump in and play them as well. And you can also publish them online so other people can try out your maps. You can try out other people's maps. You can play with friends or even join communities on Yahaha as well. Yahaha is free to download on iPhone, Android and PC, so I will put the link down in the description. Be sure to go and give it a go. Let me know what you think. As I say, it is free to do so and will help the channel, so yeah, give it a click. Let me know your thoughts. So as I say, it was a great start to the tournament for England, scoring 6 goals. Saka getting 2 goals for himself. I thought he had a really good game. If you think some big England players like Wayne Rooney have only ever scored 1 World Cup goal, Saka went and got himself 2 in 1 game. Harry Kane, I thought, had a good game. Sterling took his goal as well. I think for me, one of the standout players, and I said this in my reaction video after the game, was Bellingham. He has had a lot of hype around him going into this tournament, still such a young lad. Going into that Iran game where we played 4 at the back, we did concede 2 goals. I would say for anyone doing World Cup fantasy football, I think a lot of people would have doubled up on England defence, because generally in the past few tournaments, defence has been one of our biggest strengths. We knew that going into this tournament, that could well not be the case. We'll talk about the lineups and stuff later on in the video. Don't want to get too much into it now, but generally, you know, Maguire I thought looked really strong from set pieces. He's a big bloke. He adds a lot in the box. We talked about set pieces in the last video. The fact that in the 2018 World Cup, I think around half of England's goals came from set pieces, because we have specialists like Trippier, Mount. We have some great players who can deliver the ball into the box in those dangerous areas, and Maguire is a guy, he's called Slabhead for a reason. He gets his head on it. He almost scored very early on, which actually came off his head, hit the crossbar, and I'm actually standing there thinking, 0 hero, because he's gone in with a lot of pressure. It'll be interesting to see how he maybe does, as I imagine he will play again, how he will do against a USA side who are very quick. We saw the Wales game, to be honest. I think USA will be disappointed they didn't take all 3 points. USA are a young side with a lot of quick players. I thought they had good, strong spells in that Wales game. I thought Wales had spells of the game as well, but generally I thought USA I would say that possibly Wales had some of the better chances. I thought Wales could well have won that game as well, but I thought what we got from USA in that game was probably what I expected. Young, quick, speedy players. I mean, the goal they got came from Pulisic, the guy who I think really is one of the biggest threats in that USA side. Picks the ball up in the centre circle, running through, pretty much takes 3 players out the game to slide the ball into Weir, who puts the ball in the back of the net. A very tidy finish. And as I say, young squad, possibly not that composed. You look at the penalty they gave away, just totally clatters through the back of Bale with not long left in the game. And Bale dispatched the penalty in style. Really good pen right in the far corner. Not quite top corner, but the keeper wasn't getting there. And they now go into the game against England. Generally speaking, I think USA would be happy with a point. For England, however, we will be hoping to pick up all 3. I think the major dangers for the USA are, and as I spoke about earlier, Maguire getting caught out for the first goal. Playing 4 at the back, could Southgate change that? I hope not, because I think we are good enough to beat this USA side without doing the 5 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders, but that's what to look out for. So how do England approach this game? Do we go in the same way we did against Iran? As I say, one of the big things we did right against Iran was we kept all the ball. I think we had like 79% possession of that ball. The worry is that when Iran had 21% possession, they still managed to get 8 shots off and 3 on target. Yes, one of them was a penalty, but as I say, the time they had the ball, they were able to get shots off. And as I say with the USA, one thing they are good at is moving the ball quickly, getting the ball forward. Players like Pulisic, as I say, Weir looked great, took his goal very well. That is something we are going to want to try and be very careful with. What we do well, aside from the back line, is have players like Rice and Bellingham who will hopefully do a good job of picking that ball up in the middle before USA are able to get to our goal. And Bellingham, for me, had a fantastic game. I mentioned him at the start of this video. One thing Bellingham had a lot of in the Iran game was freedom to do what he wants. And I still feel like at this point, and totally no disrespect to USA and Wales or Iran, but we are the best team in our group. We have a very, very good set of players here. I spoke about it in the last game. We have world-class players in this side who can take us through, hopefully without too many troubles, and we have got off to a great start. What will get more interesting is how we are still testing ourselves at this moment, because as I say, we went into the tournament, as I say, Harry Maguire played in that game, having really not played at all for Manchester United this season. Did get caught out with the goal. Up against a quicker, faster USA side, could that spell more trouble for him and the defence? And then once we hopefully get through the group stage, it will then potentially cause more problems. So I will be interested to see, will Gareth Southgate stick with that 4 at the back? Will he do it for this game? If we get into the Wales game and we beat USA, will he continue to try and push and attack? And I do half wonder, because it is Gareth's final tournament, as I say, I do believe, regardless of what we do, whether we actually, flop out and he'll go, or let's hope we go all the way and win it and he'll retire and move on. I think he will go regardless. And for a long time, he has been criticised for the defensive style that England play, despite having such a good squad. I half wonder if he's gone, you know what it is? Let's just go for it. And we scored 6 in the last game. I think to ditch that plan going into the USA game wouldn't make any sense. Should we get to the later stages and play some teams where maybe we do need to be more clever about how we defend? Because really it was a bit of a slobber knocker. It was how many goals can we score? They scored, but did it matter because we'd scored loads? And I like that. It's entertaining. It's the football you want to watch, and I'm hoping that we do the same with the USA game. Let me know your thoughts, obviously, of how the Iran game went, how you think the USA game will go. And for me, the lineups for England, they stay the same. Unless there is any injuries, just bringing up the lineup on my left-hand side here, a reference to I think we go the same. I think we do go 4 at the back. I know that Maguire did go off in that game early because of a potential injury, but I think that if he's fit, Gareth Southgate plays him again. In fairness, he's the guy that he wants to play. If he wants him to play in the later stages of this tournament, then really what's happening right now is getting Maguire some sort of match fitness, because I'm sure he is fit for the match, but you know what I mean, he has no match practice in a way because he hasn't played for so long. But generally I thought Trippier did a really good job. I thought that Stones and Maguire were alright. The worry was the moment where the guy literally just ran around Maguire and scored. And when you've got someone like Mbappe doing that, or even Weah in this game who does have that blitz and pace, you're going to have to watch out for that. Shaw did good. As I say, Bellingham was possibly my man of the match, alongside Saka, who obviously played very well as well. Rice does the dirty work. He does the job right. Mount was good. Didn't see as much of him in that game as maybe I would have liked. Sterling, someone who was being questioned over whether he should start over Foden or somebody else, comes in, scores the goal. Took his chance and did well. And obviously Harry Kane is the man who'll play up top. Some of the players that came on from the bench as well. Obviously Grealish got his goal, played like Almiron. Rashford scored a fantastic goal as well, the way he cut in. And I think what we saw there was players playing with confidence, players not scared to go out there and represent their country on the big stage, and did not fear of doing a trick like that. If we were playing Germany, Spain, France, and it was 0-0 and late on in the game, would he have been as brave to do that and cut in on his left, or would he have just smashed it with his right foot? I don't know, but the fact is that he was confident to do it, and it was good to see. And obviously Phil Foden came on, who I'm a big fan of, and Callum Wilson came on as well and got himself an assist. So generally speaking, we've just won 6-2. We've got a lot of confidence. We're going in against the USA side, who, as I say, do have benefits, do have good players, are a quick side, but are prone to making mistakes and rash challenges, and generally speaking, don't have as good a team as England do. And if England are able to keep the possession anywhere near as much as we did against Iran, and are able to score a quarter of the number of goals, I'm confident and I'm excited. Friday night on the beers, it should be a good one. Let me know your thoughts on the lineups down below. Let me know your predictions on the game down below. I don't think it'll quite be a 6-2. I'm actually quite hopeful that we can keep them out of our net, to be honest, providing that there is no penalty or there isn't anything like that again. I think one of the things that Gareth Southgate will be working on this week, because we can score goals. We've just seen that we can score goals, we can be creative. Again, against a side that really was quite defensive. They did not want to let us through. We had that creativity to make our way through and get those chances on goal, which was very good to see, because that's one thing I often worry. And the likes of Sterling, who for me is very quick, gets in the right positions, but isn't always isn't necessarily like a flair player who can flick it round corners, and that was why I was quite keen to see Foden. But in fairness, we did a good job of it. So I'm hoping to see more of it again against the USA. Alright guys, thanks for watching. My prediction is I'm going to go 2-0 England. 2-0 England. Let me know your predictions down below. Thank you for watching as always. Let me know what your plans are for the game actually. Are you going into town? Are you watching it at home? Are you going to the local? Let me know that down in the comments. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.